My name is Nouriel Cohen, and we're in Los Angeles, California.
I'm Yaelle Cohen.
The reason we started Global Kindness was simply because I lost my business. 15 years ago, we were in our prime of selling health and beauty supplies in the neighborhood. We've had that supply house for about 25 years prior to that. But 15 years ago, we had a huge setback and we lost the business basically overnight. It was very hard because we came from Beverly Hills. We used to live in Beverly Hills and we lost everything in Beverly Hills. And it was very difficult to adjust our personal life from, being very, very high, being able to help everybody monetarily. Anybody who actually needed help, we were there to help them. We had the money, there was never a problem, and our hands were always very open to meet people, talk to them, and help them, through giving them chizuk, power to go forward, and helping them mentally, spiritually, and financially. It was never ever a problem. But once we lost the business, for a few years we still had a huge cushion to live on. And after that we slowly lost that cushion, and we decided how hard it is for people to live the way, we never realized how hard it would be to live without money. And Yaelle's family is very much hands-on with doing kindness. They come from a family of 10. Yaelle made a call to her sister and explained to her our situation. Her sister explained to them that you need to do more kindness in this world. Even though you're down or under, you need to do more kindness. Remember, Yaelle called Tomche Shabbos, the first organization that we started volunteering with. It was late at night, and she got her first mission to go and pick up food from one of the restaurants. And it was devastating for me. I said, you're leaving at 11 o'clock at night? We have our children, we have our own problem. Don't you think our plate is full? Don't you think that it's enough what we're doing? We can't even, help our own family, let alone, you're going to spend your time going and picking up food for what? It's very difficult. Nevertheless, she left. She left, and it was one tiny little, I think it was cookies or cakes. It took, 15 minutes to go, 15 minutes, half an hour. So you went half an hour for one little box of cookies. What are we going to do with this? Isn't it more important that you should have stayed home? She says, don't worry about it. That's how it's going to develop. And she had a bigger vision than I did. And first time, second time, third time, she was called to go. And I felt bad. I said, I don't want her to go, let me also go. So I started to go and picking up food and stuff like that. And it was very fulfilling after a while. We decided, listen, we're healthy. We still have a roof over our head. Yes, we don't have what we used to have, but we are still above a lot of other people. And we still have our health. We can help. We could spend our time, our energy, instead of giving money, which we don't have anymore, we could help them with our time and our energy and our home. So this went on for about a whole year. As wonderful as Tomche Shabbos is, and they're doing tremendous amount of work, there was a lot of gap missing in the community. And the main objective of Tomche Shabbos is to give food. Their effort is to give food for Thursdays, which is used for Shabbat, which is used for the holiday of Sabbath. But by Thursday, when they were receiving food, we realized the people were so hungry the whole week. They started, cooking the food and eating it the same night. So by Saturday night or Sunday morning, there was basically no food left. From Sunday through Thursday, there was a huge gap that was completely missing, and these people were hungry. They just didn't have food to eat. So I told my wife, we need to fill up that gap. We need to make efforts to fill up that gap.
We started with what, 4 families. We're up to 300 now.
You know, we receive now, thank God, in the tune of between 30 to 50 bags of clothing every day. And we have to sort through the clothing every day. We have to see the sizes, and we call the families. So our day is completely full. We get approximately between 100 to 120 calls between 4 phones that we have. 2 phones that are in our house and 2 of our cell phones are completely busy. Some people need emergency calls, some people want food, some people want clothing. So people know about us. We help a lot of non-Jewish families in our neighborhood as well. We have neighbors who are part of our organization who are not necessarily Jewish. As a matter of fact, sometimes we receive clothing that's specifically not used for religious Jews, and we give it to them because they could use it.
Or pots and pans that are not
100% kosher for us, we give it to them. Or sometimes we receive food that is not kosher and we give it to them. I mean, not that we don't give them kosher food either, but some of those specific things that
canned goods
that cannot be used specifically by Jewish people, we give them to them 100%. So it's been a huge journey up till now. Now, as Yaelle said, we have about 300 families that we help on a daily basis. We have doctors who are part of our organization now. We have internists, we have eye doctors, dentists, gynecologists, podiatrists, and we have also a group of doctors who have dedicated their emergency time for suicide prevention, a whole team. They recognize the need for this in the community, and they do things pro bono. We are also connected with the Jewish Federation through the Aleinu program, which is the therapy and psychiatric part, and they take our group at a scaling benefit, in other words salary, and if they normally charge $250 an hour for therapy, they charge our group about $35, which is amazing. These are like major doctors who have their own practice, specifically, and they charge normally like $250.
They give their time.
The economy is very, very tight at this moment, and the amount of money that used to come to Global Cohen is tremendously reduced. So we have to create money for the families. Before we were asking for money, and not that a tremendous money would come in, but still we were able to pay on emergency basis their gas bills, their electrical bills. When they get 3-day notices to be evicted, we were able to pay many times for them to stay put, and then helping them to find a job, which was tremendous. Now it will serve as a double purpose. First of all, we need to expand our organization. We can no longer stay at home. Our home is too small now for the amount of traffic that is coming in. If you open up a store, we can liquidate some of this merchandise and be able to pay now again for the need of the community, whatever it may be, doctor's bill, rent, electrical bill, gas bills. And also we will be instrumental to give a family a help to work. So we could put somebody there that don't have the money, and this way they could actually earn their own money, which is the highest level of charity that you could ever do. This person is working, doesn't feel that they're receiving charity. So they could actually work in our stores. It has changed us also. Everything is really, when you look back, a lot of people think, oh, we're doing things for the community. It's true. But we learn so much, and we have evolved so much. In reality, the truth is, it's really to our benefit. It really is. When you look at it in a deep way, we're helping our own soul.